Hey, what's going on, guys? Anth Predicts here. So today I have a new election poll prediction, or not really prediction, but more election polling video to talk about. So there are some new swing state polls out of the states of Wisconsin, Nevada, Georgia, and Arizona, and I just want to take a look at them and kind of see what they're showing, and maybe look at what it means to the election race. So before I do that, though, first make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate if you help the channel out. I continue to grow each video, so let's keep that trend going. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first poll we're going to go over is the state of Wisconsin. So let's look at that. As it loads here, the state of Wisconsin. So there were 1,504 people polled. The results show that 46% favored Joe Biden over President Trump at 41%. 5-point margin there. Bernie Sanders leads Trump 46 to 42%. Buttigieg 42%, Trump 41%, and Warren 44%, Trump 42%. Now, before we get on to the adjusted percentage by the state's poll, the website I'm using, this is kind of consistent with what we've seen so far. Generally, President Trump is polled worst against Joe Biden. Biden is polled the best. Bernie Sanders has been up there for either the best or second best against Trump, and then Warren and Buttigieg have not been polling very good against them. Both Warren and Buttigieg are within the margin of error, and Sanders could technically be as well in this poll, but without a doubt, Biden and Sanders are the two strongest candidates the Democrats have now. It's partially my opinion, but it's also based off data and supported by data, so it's kind of more fact, for being honest. So now, adjusted by the percent by states poll, which is the percentage of each party in the state, so the Democrats, Republicans in the state, Joe Biden has 42%, Donald Trump has about 41%, 40.9%. Bernie Sanders is 42, Trump is 41.9, so basically 42-42. Buttigieg is 41, Trump is 40.9, so basically a tie there. And Trump is beating Warren 42.2 to Warren's 40. See, this is the thing about this race, is that President Trump is going to need Wisconsin to win. I think it's pretty unlikely if President Trump doesn't win Wisconsin, there's a pretty good shot he's not winning Pennsylvania, and a pretty good shot he's not winning Michigan. Because each of those three states are relatively the same in terms of how they vote, and each have their different approval rating polls of him. And honestly, forget the morning consult. I've said this so many times. The morning consult is garbage. It really is. Like, you think President Trump has a 41% approval rating? Okay, I think that's way too low. A lot of data in these early swing state polls show it's too low, but whatever. You want to go with that, fine. You think Trump has a better chance at winning in Virginia than in New Hampshire? Or a better chance of winning Virginia than Wisconsin, which he just won and is polling pretty good in? Like, that map is garbage, and honestly, if any of you trust the morning consult map, you really shouldn't. It's just lying to you. But anyway, that's Wisconsin. And honestly, it's not looking the best or worst for Trump or the Democrats right now. All Wisconsin in this poll really shows is that it's going to be close. That's really, I know that's such a terrible answer to give, but this just shows the Democrats have an early start in support. President Trump has an early start in support, and there's about an 8 to 10% either part that's independent or that they're just not telling people how they're going to vote. And if it is the latter, I expect most of the people who say they're not going to vote are probably Republican Trump supporters. Don't think that hidden Trump vote just went away just because the 2016 election's over. If the economy stays the same, then Trump's probably going to win at least 95% of those hidden Trump voters again. So, if you're a Democrat, the best thing you can do is trying to get those voters back over to your side with health care or other issues like that. Don't just try and say Trump's terrible, Trump's done nothing good, because if you do that, you're going to lose. There you go. That's my little advice for the video. Alright, so now, that was Wisconsin. Now we're going to go to Nevada. Okay, the state of Nevada. We'll see what we have here. State of Nevada. About 1,500 people polled again. Joe Biden leads President Trump 47% to 39%. Okay. Bernie Sanders leads Trump 46%, 42%. Ooh. Buttigieg leads 41 to 40, and Warren 43 to 42. And now adjusted by states poll, Biden has 43.5, Trump has 41.5. Sanders is 44.7 to Trump's 42.5. Trump is 42.2. Buttigieg actually is 39.7, so Trump's winning in that one. And Trump, yeah, I think I read Buttigieg twice. All right, so one of the Buttigiegs is Warren, and I think it's the third one. No, the fourth one is Warren. Trump is 43.3, and Warren is 41.9. I think is how they're doing it. Okay, so number one, the poll. The poll shows the Democrats beating Trump in Nevada on a lot of these, but this also shows Trump polls Sanders very, very close, which is interesting, which means Trump could potentially win Nevada. But there's also one thing about Nevada polls to remember. Early on, typically, if I'm just going back to 2018 on the governor's race and the senator's race, Dean Heller and Alan Waxalt for the Republicans, Nevada often overrepresents Republicans in the poll. I don't know if you noticed this, but last time around, it said Trump would win Nevada and lose Wisconsin. Well, that was a flip. In 2018, it said Dean Heller actually had a pretty good shot at winning Nevada. He was within the margin of error for most of it, and that Adam Laxalt, the Republican, would actually win the governor's race. Republicans tend to max out in Nevada at around 45-46% at just Republican supporters. Now, given at 46%, that means they win all the Republican counties, and they lose the county that has Reno very, very narrowly, and they lose the county, Clark County, that has Las Vegas, usually about 52-40 is what it was, I think, back in 2016, and similar margins in 2018. So, Republicans alone will get 45-46% in Nevada. What they really need is that, like, 4 to 5% independent numbers, and they can get that easily if they just go into Clark County and actually campaign there. Dean Heller didn't campaign in Las Vegas. He stayed more out in the rural areas. And to his credit, Trump didn't really do that either. Trump made jokes back in 2016 saying, because it's all the wealthy businessmen in Las Vegas, they don't like me because I'm always competing with them, so he didn't go campaign for them. And honestly, that kind of hurt Trump in Nevada. If Trump just campaigns in Las Vegas and campaigns out in Reno, he'll win the southern rural vote no matter what, probably. Or suburban rural vote, excuse me. So if he just campaigns in Las Vegas and Reno, he can easily win Nevada. A lot of the social conservative views of Nevada align with Trump. It's just like you need to show you want to win that county, and if you go to Las Vegas, people will probably end up voting for Trump. So it's just Trump needs to go there and do it, but if he doesn't, expect Nevada to go blue again. At this moment, if Trump doesn't do that, Democrats will win Nevada, and numbers looking pretty good for them right now. But Trump can definitely make Nevada close. Okay, so that's the state of Nevada. And now, we'll go on to the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia, only 615 people polled this time. Mason-Dixon, interesting. Poll shows Trump leads Biden 51-44. Trump leads Sanders 52-42. Trump over Buttigieg 52-43. And Trump over Warren 54-40. Now, adjusted by state poll, 53-42, 54-40, 53.7, 41.7, 55-38. Okay, so let me just say this. I don't know if any of you here from the early parts of the channel from like last year or 2 years ago. Usually for me, if a poll is under like at least 800-900, I typically like to have my polls over 1,000 because when it's the more people in a poll, the more reliable it becomes. And 600 is kind of that gray area where you can have a lot of different people in that tiny, tiny percentage of people. And this is Georgia. This is a state that has a lot of people in it now. It's growing rapidly. And out of 615 people, this might not be the most reliable source. Because it might be possible Trump gets 51% on election day. Don't get me wrong. But will the Democrats only get 44? I don't think so. I think, honestly, it's probably more like 51, 47, 48 maybe, I'd say. And these early polls, if it's winner take all, with divided vote, it's probably Trump has like 49, Democrats are like 45, 46. Then there's a little bit of undecided vote. So I'd be a little skeptical of these numbers. But they are showing Trump is winning in Georgia right now, which I do agree. I think Trump's winning in Georgia. Trump will probably win in Georgia by about 3 or 4 points. It'll be definitely close. Probably the closest election in Georgia to date at the presidential level in modern times. But I still think Trump will win Georgia. Yeah, there's not really too much to this poll. Trump's going to win Georgia. These numbers just kind of like maybe exaggerated a little bit. And the last state we're going to take a look at is Arizona. The state of Arizona, 760 people polled. President Trump is tied with Joe Biden, 46-46. Trump leads Bernie Sanders, 47-46. Trump leads Buttigieg, 47-44. And Trump leads Warren, 47-45. Now, the adjusted polls, Trump leads Biden 48.9 to 44.6. Trump leads Sanders 49.4, 44.5. Trump leads 49.4, Buttigieg 42.1. And Trump leads Warren 49.6 to Warren's 43.7. And this also shows the Senate race between Mark Kelly at 46 and Martha McSally at 42. And then the adjusted poll, McSally is 44.4, Mark Kelly 43.8. So the Senate race, I already talked about it kind of early on and early in an earlier video. And I'm going to talk about the presidential race first, but I'll come back to that. Arizona was, as we all know, a very crucial state. It's been trending blue. In 2018, it elected Kyrsten Sinema, Democrat, over Martha McSally. However, Kyrsten Sinema has seemed actually pretty conservative in the Senate, to the point where a lot of Democrats are getting very upset. So, I mean, while the Republicans lost, I mean, did they really lose in a way? Because it's not like there's like a socialist like nut job in the Senate. Instead, it's just like a more conservative Democrat. Which I'd always say it's like Democrats. It's like, would you rather have a Republican in the Senate or a conservative Democrat? You'd rather have the conservative Democrat. Or would you rather have a Democrat in the Senate or would you rather have a liberal Republican? Like, it's kind of like, which would you rather have? But the Democrats, they have been able to win in Arizona now. And President Trump's polling numbers does show him ahead once it's adjusted. But again, 760 people, not that much. This is PPP, a Democratic poll. So these numbers skew in the Democrats' column. And they show President Trump either tied or beating the Democrats. Which is good news for President Trump, honestly. So President Trump, based off this and the assumption that PPP, which says it polls them in this poll, so they already told you they do. Yeah, President Trump's winning in Arizona right now. He's probably winning from anywhere from 2 to 4 points, I'd say. I can't really imagine it much bigger than that. He's winning in Arizona. 4 points, I'd say. He'll probably win Arizona on election day, but it might take a day or two to call. Kind of like last time around. But the Senate race, to be honest, I think the Senate race is the one to watch more than the presidential race in Arizona. I mean, I know that might sound crazy. I think Trump's got Arizona pretty much locked up for a swing state. The Senate race is what we have to watch. Mark Kelly against Martha McSally. I've talked up Martha McSally in the past. For some reason, she doesn't really resonate well with a lot of the Arizona voters. They don't really seem to like her too much. And it might have been the wrong decision to have the person who just ran for Senate lost and then appoint her to senator. So people are kind of like, well, why do we vote for her then? Or why do we not vote for her? So Martha McSally gets appointed to the seat. She'll have President Trump on the ticket, which will definitely help her out this time around, which could potentially lead her to a victory. But in a PPP Democratic skewed poll, adjusted, she is leading Mark Kelly by 0.6% though. It's gonna be tough because Mark Kelly, he's claiming he's a moderate Democrat, just like Kyrsten Sinema did, because that's kind of the way to win in Arizona. He's very anti-gun, pro-gun control, so that's not really going to be too popular in Arizona. So Martha McSally might be able to win on that alone. But it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Right now, honestly, I have no idea how I would call the Arizona Senate race. I'm really not sure. But yeah, that's the polls out of the state of Arizona. So those are the 4 most recent swing state polls we got. So what is my verdict from all those videos? President Trump's numbers are looking actually pretty good in all 4 of these states. I'll be honest. The Democrats aren't looking terrible, but President Trump, honestly, if I'm President Trump, I'd be more happy about these 4 polls than the Democrats should be. He has a very good realistic chance of winning all of them, and especially Nevada, that's very concerning for the Democrats. But these polls come out where in January of 2020, the election's not till November. A lot of things can happen. So yeah, That's a video on the 4 most recent swing state polls. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content, and please like the video. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.